Hi there, everyone. It's me again. I wanted to do a quick update after I got awarded PIP last month, or month before rather. I was contacted by the job centre afterwards, and they said, are you actively looking for work and things like that? I'm still technically employed from my job, although I'm not working. So I said I told them that, and they said, "Have you applied for ESA?" So they sent an application. I completed it with my wife. She did all the writing. I struggle with holding a pen now and things like that. So, I kind of dictated what I felt and what the answers were on the application. So, and basically, what the application was, what asking was things like, what was wrong with me, what conditions I've got, what the side effects were, the what the medication I take for them was, and what the side effects of the medication was. So it's similar to PIP, where it's a points based system. So everything that they have to calculate your score goes towards awarding you whatever amount that they see fit. I don't know how they actually do the scoring, but I would imagine the worse you are, the higher the score. Since that's a kind of simplification of how it would work. So I completed the questionnaire, and I had my telephone assessment yesterday. It was, excuse me, it would have normally been a face-to-face assessment, but because of COVID-19 at the moment, it's over the phone. But they did tell me if they needed more information, they would invite me in to do a face-to-face, complying with all the COVID goings on at the moment. So getting on to the actual telephone assessment, that happened yesterday. They said to put aside 1 hour. It took just shy of 2 hours. So about 1 hour 45, something like that. It was a long call. I was, very anxious before. Anxiety was through the roof. I wasn't sleeping particularly well leading up to it. And yeah, just generally very nervous about the call. I, went through the call. They asked the same sort of questions that are on the application. So, medication, side effects of the medication on a day-to-day basis. What are your difficulties, things like that? Can you cook a meal? Can you go up the stairs? Can you do various things like that? It was a long call. It took a lot out of me. I pretty much, after the call, I just had to lie down, and I just slept for several hours, just because it just took everything out of me sort of mentally. I don't particularly cope very well with those sorts of things, especially when they're built up. So all in all, I don't know how long it's going to take to get an answer from them. I would imagine a month, 2 months, maybe something like that, depending on how busy they are and what they've got going on. But yeah, the questions that they asked, they were very pleasant on the phone. Very nice lady that called me. I've seen some, sort of other videos, and some of the comments I've had from the other video I posted up about my PIP assessment, about they were asking questions to to potentially trip people up and to trick people into giving them sort of bad information and things like that. I didn't have that experience on either call. I was totally honest, with my answers, you know, in that, sometimes pain is worse, for than other days throughout the week. So, say 4 days it's worse in a week than it is 3 days. So I take a different medication for those 4 days, or an increased amount of medication for those 4 days. So I explained that, and so because a lot of my answers, I suppose, weren't clear, in that my AS varies from day to day, that might, I don't know, be that might make their answers difficult to assess. I think a lot of their questions that they ask they're looking for yes and no answers. Can you cook a meal? They're looking for, I guess, a no or a yes. Whereas for me, can I cook a meal? Well, define a meal. If it's, has someone left out a microwave meal for me to just chuck in the microwave? Yeah, I can do that. Can I do a roast dinner? No, no. So it's. I think their questions aren't as detailed as they can be. If it's a sliding scale of assessment, so between 1 and 10, then yeah, that would work really, really well. As in, can you cook a meal? One being no, 10 being yes, and you put on like a 3, as in you can do some stuff but not other stuff, and that 3 goes towards a score. That would be quite, um, a straightforward way to do things, I guess. I'm speculating about how they do things. I don't know. I don't know whether they have a sliding scale, or it is a yes or no kind of assessment or determination on what the questions are. But yeah, all in all, I feel that they were looking for yes and no answers. So on that basis, I was struggling to give them yes and no answers, just because I'm in between those yes and no answers, if that makes sense. On some of the things anyway. So yeah, it was interesting. Left me wiped out. I now have the sorry, you can probably see a little cat's ear come up at the bottom of the screen there. He's just hanging around. There he is. Um, yeah, it's just a case of waiting now to see what the results are going to be. I already get the PIP side of things, so that's great. This doesn't jeopardize the fact that I've got and I'm getting PIP, but you know, an additional, say, allowance to, you know, to help with things financially would obviously, you know, go a long way. So fingers crossed. Unfortunately, I can't cross my fingers. That's as far as they can cross now because the AS. But fingers crossed anyway. And yeah, hopefully. Sorry, my cat is there. He is there. Hello. Um, hopefully, we'll hear from them soon. When I do hear from them, I'll do another video to let you know what's happened with it, basically. So until next time, thank you very much.